just the moment we need it the most. You kick up the leaves and the magic is lost. And tell me your blue skies fade to gray. And tell me your passion's gone away. And I don't need no carrying on. You stand in the line just to hit a new low.
Hello, Estudiantes. This is Miss Stalick, and that, by the way, was Bad Day by Daniel Powter. The reason why I chose that song to kick off today, not because I want you to have a bad day, but because that was the #1 song in the year 2006, and I know that was the year many of you were born. So, again, that was Daniel Powter's and Bad Day, but I hope you have a good day. Today, what you're going to do is you just took a quiz, and we didn't quite finish up from yesterday's lesson, so I'm going to have a short video for you to watch. I'm hoping it will be about 6 to 7 minutes. You're going to take a few notes, and you have one problem to do at the end. And then you're going to submit your notes and that one problem at the end. I will try to do a better job this time of prompting you on what notes you need to add into your notebook. So we're going to start by titling your notebook for today's date, which is the 7th, I believe, of November. And we're starting with the word of ratios. Okay, so write that word down. And ratios is a numerical comparison. It's a number comparison. It's comparing two numbers, two or more numbers, actually. It could be more than two numbers. So you should have written down ratios and a numerical comparison. So I have a situation for you right now. This is a picture of a parking lot. It is not actually the staff parking lot, but I did go out into the staff parking lot yesterday afternoon, and I counted. It says in the teacher parking lot, I counted 8 cars and 32 SUVs or vans, because I wanted to see how many people drove cars to school compared to an SUV or a van. Okay, so these are obviously two numbers, and we can make some comparisons. The first thing I want to explain to you about ratios is it's really important to pay attention to the order in which they're listed so that you can be able to figure out what it's comparing. So, for example, if we look at I down here, right here, it says a ratio of 8 to 40. From this, what is that describing? So I'm going to put down in my notebook I, because that's the number that we're on, and I'm going to write 8 to 40, and underneath, I'm going to write down what it is comparing. And 8 is describing the cars. So this particular comparison is cars to 40. Well, if I add 8 and 32, that's going to be the total. So cars to total vehicles in the parking lot. That's the comparison for this one. And I would like you to write that down. Total vehicle. I would like you to, in a moment, pause this video, and I want you to write down these 3 ratios and then tell what they are comparing. So you're going to do the same exact thing as we just did for the example, and then you're going to write underneath not only the number, the ratio, but also what the comparison is. And after you're done pausing and writing that, I want you to start the video back up, and you can check your answers with what I have. All right, we are back. By the way, I just checked what SUV stands for. I've been using that term. SUV stands for Sports Utility Vehicle. So if you're wondering what that meant, now we know it's Sports Utility Vehicle. Okay, we're going to have you check your answers. For II, it is 8 to 32, which is cars to SUV vans. So 8 stands for the cars, 32 represents the SUV vans. For III, or triple I, 32 to 8 is SUV vans to cars. And then IV, which stands for 4, by the way, is 32 to 40, which is SUV vans to the total. So we notice here that we can write comparisons of the same thing. We had just two pieces of information here, but we're able to write a number of different ratios. I want to go back to all four of them and identify what type of ratios it could be. So there are two types of ratios you could have. You could have a part to part. Okay, so I want you to write part to part, or I'm really struggling with writing. I'm sorry for that. To part, or a comparison, which is a part to whole. So we're going to look at each one of these and we're going to try to determine whether it's a part to part or a part to whole comparison. All right, so if we look at this one, cars is just part of the parking lot. So I'm going to write P for part 2. 40 is the total. It actually says that in the description. That's a whole. That's a part to whole relationship. If we look at II, so underneath I'm writing 8 is a car, is representing the cars, which is a part. 32 is the SUV. That's another part. So it's a part to part comparison. If we look at III, it is SUVs, which is a part of the parking lot. And we're comparing it to cars, which is a part to part comparison again. And last but not least, we have SUVs / vans, which is a part of the parking lot. We're comparing it to 40, which is the total number of vehicles in the parking lot. So that's a part to whole. Why that's important is because sometimes it's going to ask you to take this ratio and create a percentage, and we have to think about what a percentage is. I know we've talked about it a lot before, and we know a percentage is something out of 100. Okay, and if we think about, for example, let's take the SUV. The SUV, we have 32 out of 40. That's a part to whole relationship. Okay, part's up here, whole is down here. We want to make it into a percentage. The percentage, by the way, the 100, which is the denominator on the bottom, is a whole. Okay, so I know that I have to go from one whole to another. Okay, and what I have to do is multiply, and we've talked about this before, that 40 times 2.5 gives us 100. So I'm going to take 32 times 2.5. I could do that a few ways. I could do that standard algorithm, right? Or I could take 32 times 2. I'm going to try it that way. 32, I'm going to show my work on the right, by the way, and you should be writing this down as well. 2 times 32, we can do probably in our head just by doubling 32, and we get 64. What we have left is half of 32. Okay, half times 32, that's saying half of 32. Half of 32, I know, is 16. So if we add that together, oops, we get 80. So I know that we have 80 out of 100, which we know is 80%. So 80% of that parking lot is made up of SUVs or vans. Okay, that means that the remainder is made up of cars. Well, we know that 80 plus 20 would give us 100%. But I kind of want to show the work for that, or I want you to show the work for that. So what I want you to do next, and I'm going to again pause it, I want you to show me a part to whole relationship that we're converting into a percentage, but this time I want you to compare the cars compared to the whole, and then make that into a percentage. Okay, if you are stuck, you can look at this right up here. This will help you a lot. Most of it stays the same. One thing is this was talking about the SUVs and vans. We're not going to use the 32. So I'm going to give you a chance to pause it, do your work, and then again, when you come back, you can check your work. All right, we're back, and I have 8 out of 40, which is cars to the whole, right? 8 out of 40 total vehicles. I want to get to 100%, so my denominator's here. My giant one is 2.5. And I showed my work over here. 8 times 2 is 16. 0.5 or 5/10 times 8 is 4. So I know this would be 20%. So that makes sense right there. So now we've talked about ratios. We've talked about 2 different kinds of ratios, which is part to part or part to whole. And then we've used the part to whole to help us convert it into a percentage. We've done a lot of stuff already. The last thing I want to just talk to you about is there are 3 ways to write ratios. So I'm going to write, just take some notes right here. 3 ways to write a ratio. Okay, one way we've talked about is just to say, for example, 8 to 32, where you have the 2 in the middle here. Another way is to write it with a colon. We would read this the same way to say 8 to 32. The colon stands for 2TO. And the other way would be as a fraction. Okay, the first number that we have written here is going to be your numerator. The bottom number is the denominator. This would still be, in this case, a part-to-part ratio, 8 cars to 32 SUVs. So you can write it this way, or this way. And the last thing I wanted to mention is, just like fractions, you can simplify this as well and make it a ratio that might make a little more sense. I don't know. It might make more sense too, or it might make it more confusing, but you can simplify it. In this case, I can divide them both by 8, and I would say it's a 1 to 4 ratio. Okay, or another way of saying that 1 to 4 is 25%, but we won't get into that right now. So we've learned a few things here, that ratios are a comparison of numbers. You can write ratios many different ways. We can make them into percentages if we make it into a part to whole ratio. And lastly, there are 3 ways to write it, which are listed right here. The last thing I want you to do is one homework assignment or one homework problem, and I will post it here. Just give me a second. All right, the last thing you have to do is this homework problem listed. You can put this in your notes as 3-84, and here's what it says. Walter is mixing cement for his new patio. He knows that he needs to use a water to cement ratio of 20 to 30. So 20 parts water, 30 parts cement. What percent of his total mixture is water? So one thing you need to notice is this is what type of a ratio this is. Sorry, whether it's part to part or part to whole. Let me just get rid of this. Okay, and then we know a percentage has to be a part to whole relationship. So I'm going to have you reread this, show your work in your notes, solve the problem. So we need to know a percent of his total mixture is water. And then lastly, take a picture of this, and then you're going to submit your notes and this problem into Canvas, and the assignment is labeled portions. I hope you had a great day today, unlike the song, and I will talk to you later.